Good evening. Namaste. Let's begin our practice. Sit comfortably. Lengthen your spine. Relax your hands on your knees. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Slightly tuck your chin. Look at the tip of your nose and close your eyes. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Akhanda Mandala Karam Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namaste. Let's do 5 Ujjayi breaths here. We're breathing in and out through the nose. Listening to the sound of the breath with the inner ear. That's 3. We'll do 2 more. Last full breath. We'll move into downward facing dog. Come onto your hands and your knees. Spread out your fingers. Tuck your toes. Excuse me, and lift your hips up and back. We'll keep the feet about hips distance apart for our first downward facing dog. And bend your knees enough that the hamstrings go soft. Focus on flattening your hands and straightening your elbows. Bring length into your spine. We'll do a couple more breaths here. You're welcome to add movement if that feels good. Last breath here. Low lunge. On your inhale, look at your hands. And with an exhale, step your right foot between your hands and lower the back knee to the mat. You can slide your left leg a little further behind you if it's comfortable. Lift up through the center of your chest. Draw the shoulders back from the ears. Let's take several Ujjayi breaths here. For these primary shapes, all we need to do is breathe. No need to push into it. And we'll do 1 more. Transition back to downward facing dog. A few breaths here. Again, you're welcome to pedal your heels, alternate the bend in your knee. Left side lunge. On your inhale, look forwards. With the exhale, left foot steps up, right knee touches the floor. Lift through the center of your chest, guide the shoulders down and back. A couple more breaths here. Let your hips sink down. We'll come into a forward fold. Take an inhale. With exhale, step your right foot up. Feet hips distance, a good bend in the knee. Take a breath in, lengthen your spine. And with the exhale, round down over your knees. Relax the back of your neck. Several breaths here. Try to bring your belly to the thighs, even if you have to bend your knees a lot to make that connection. Roll weight into your toes. On the inhale, lengthen up halfway. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. With a flat back, inhale, come all the way to standing. We'll come up to the top of the mat, bring the big toes together. Standing in mountain pose. Engage your whole body, working from your toes up to the crown of the head. At the end of your exhale, press your hands firmly together. We'll begin Surya Namaskar. Inhale, reach your arms forward and up. On exhale, hinge at your waistline, forward fold, bend your knees if you need to touch the floor. And on the inhale, we'll step the right leg back and lower the knee in the low lunge. Exhale to downward facing dog. In this downward dog, let's bring the big toes together. Inhale forward to a plank pose. And on exhale, we'll lower knees, chest, and chin to the floor. Do this by keeping your hips lifted and moving forward with the chest until it touches. And inhale flat onto your belly for Cobra pose. Let's spend an extra breath in Cobra pose. I know you can't see my toes on the screen, but feel that the toes are tucked under, the ankles are squeezing together, and the knees are lifting off the mat. Full breath in here. On exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left foot between the hands and touch the right knee down to the ground. Exhale, step up and fold. Bring your toes together. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, bring the palms forward and in. Inhale, reach, lift. Exhale, hinging at the waist to fold. Inhale the left leg back, touch the knee down, and on the exhale, go back into downward dog and solidify the connection between the toes here. Squeeze the thighs together. Inhale forward to a plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin to the floor. Keep the toes curled under. Inhale, move forward from the tucked toes into Cobra. And on exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot up and lower the left knee. Exhale, come up and fold, toes together. Inhale, lift. Exhale, center. Let's keep going. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the right leg back, lower the knee. Exhale, downward facing dog. Toes together, come forward to plank on inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin down. Cobra, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Inhale, left foot forward, lower the back knee. Exhale, come up and fold. Inhale, reach out, lift up. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left leg back, knee down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Cobra, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Right leg forward, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, center. One more round here. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg back, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Come forward, inhale. Knees, chest, chin, exhale. Cobra, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Left leg, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, center. Make it all about the breath. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Left leg, inhale. Exhale. Coming forward, inhale. Knees, chest, chin, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg forward, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Release your hands to the sides, and if your toes came apart, bring them back together again. We'll stand in Tadasana. So working from the toes upwards, engage your whole body. Calf muscles, inner thighs, quads, back of the legs, tailbone tucks under, engage the buttocks. Chest lifts high, shoulders down and back, straight elbows, reach your fingertips down. A firm adduction of the arms, squeeze them in towards the sides of the body, engage your abdominal muscles, the erector muscles of the spine, between your shoulder blades, across your chest. Feel your whole body. It's tight, it's tense. Now, relax your face, close your eyes, and breathe. Let's start again, Tadasana. Begin at your toes, work your way up, create palpable tension in the body. Every muscle engaged, activated, tense. Now, go into your breath. And release Tadasana. Open your eyes. Let's take the right leg a long step back on the mat. Turn your toes inwardly. Hands at the waistline. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Pasarita Padottanasana A. Bend your knees as much as you need to in order to bring the hands down. Once the hands are down, take a breath in, lengthen, look up. Now keep that length. Exhale, fold all the way down. Relax the back of your neck. Guide your shoulders away from your ears and breathe. Regulate the breath. Inhale to a 4 count. And exhale out to match. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale, come all the way up. Let's point the right toe out, bend into the right knee. Virabhadrasana 2. Square your hips between your legs. On an inhale, reach your arms out to either side, gazing down the right arm. Activate the arms. Reach the fingertips apart. Lift your triceps away from the mat. It's the lower body that we can relax into. Sink into the hips. One more breath. We'll reverse the warrior. Left hand on the thigh. Inhale, right arm up. And then squeeze into the left side, opening the right side torso. Shrug the right shoulder down. Keep bending into your right knee. Bring a lot of length into the right side. And we'll transition to Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale to Warrior 2. On your exhale, bring your right hand down in front of the right foot, about 9 inches. And then you can step the left foot up, slowly bringing the weight into the right side, lifting the left leg by engaging it. Flex the foot. And keep your left hand on your left hip until you feel stable. If you do, you can reach the left arm up slowly. And the final variation, only if you're feeling balanced, you can turn to look at your lifted hand. 2 more breaths. Smoothly transition, Warrior 2. Inhale, lowering, opening the arms. And on exhale, release. Pasarita Padottanasana C. Let's come back to that wide-legged stance. Your choice. You can interlace your hands behind your back a little easier. Hold your elbows. Inhale, chest up, lengthen. Lead from the chest. Exhale, forward fold. My hamstring hack is to give a good bend to the knee and then roll weight into the toes, letting the heels lift and the tailbone lift. Feel the lengthening of the hamstring happen around the sits bones. Last 2 breaths here. Lifting with a flat back. Inhale, come all the way up. On your exhale, release. Warrior 2, left side. Point the left toe out. Square the hips. Bend the left knee. And open your arms out to either side, gazing down the left arm. Strong arms, soft shoulders. Strong legs, soft hips. Last breath. Reverse warrior, right hand on the thigh, left arm lifts. We'll squeeze into the right side, lengthening the left torso. Keep your tailbone tucked in. Try to lengthen the lowermost vertebra up and out of the pelvic bowl. We'll keep all the length in the left side body. We'll transition to half moon pose. Inhale, warrior 2. And on exhale, bring your left hand down about 9 inches in front of the left foot. And then transition your weight into the left side, lifting the right leg by contracting it. Straighten the knee, flex the foot. And keep your right hand on your hip as you're working into balance, lifting the left arm up slowly if that's appropriate. Only if you're feeling stable, turn your gaze towards the lifted hand. Smoothly, warrior 2. Inhale, stepping way back, opening the arms. And on exhale, let's release. Circle your hands down to the floor. Let's make our way back into downward facing dog. Downward dog, big toes together. Inhale forward to a plank pose. We practiced this on Monday, so you can use the knees or not. Exhale, halfway down. Bend the elbows close in at your sides, and then inhale, thrust your chest up. Flatten your feet and squeeze your thighs off the mat. On your exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take 3 resting breaths in downward dog. Alternately, child's pose is welcome. Last breath. Bend the knees, look up at the hands, take an inhale, and on an exhale, a light hopper step forward. In-breath halfway up. Exhale, fold. Arms out to the sides. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release. Palms together. Let's take the left leg a good step back. Bend into the right knee, lifting the left heel sharply behind you. Square your hips forwards. Inhale, reach your arms alongside the ear, Anjulayasana. Your left leg is your anchor in this pose. Feel that the left heel is stacked high above the toes, the left knee is straight. With that strong back leg, exhale by exhale, see if you can sink into the right side, letting the right side be the softer point of the pose. We'll do one more breath here. Inhale, open your arms wide. And on exhale, we'll twist by bringing the left hand inside the right foot, lifting the right arm upwards. An easier variation is to lower your back knee to the floor. If you'd like a bit more of a challenge, you can bring your elbow, left elbow, outside the right knee, hands together. Further yet, if you're open enough, arms extending here, left hand outside the right foot. A lot of variations. Wherever you're working, take another full breath. And we'll release. If you haven't already, bring your back knee to the ground. Ardha Hanumanasana. We're going to shift the hips back over the left heel. Flex your right foot straight up. Deep breath in, lengthen your spine. On your exhale, fold over the left leg. Breathe. I'm sorry, this is your right leg. Fold over your right leg and breathe. Two more breaths here. On your inhale, lift up, bending into the right knee. And now we'll slide the left leg as far back as possible, both arms inside of the right leg. Let's move into the forearm lunge. Full breath in. And on exhale, working your elbows down to the ground. And just like with the twist, there's a lot of variations here. Maybe you want to go further. You can lift your left knee off the floor. You can keep the left knee down, and in either variation, threading your right arm underneath the right leg takes you deeper into the hip opening. Our last few breaths here, try to relax your neck completely. One more breath. Make your way out of the forearm lunge, one hand on either side of the right foot. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. You can take the vinyasa if you'd like. Feet are together. Inhale, come forward using the knees or not. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, thrust the chest forward, squeeze your thighs away from the mat. And on exhale, downward facing dog. A few resting breaths here. Child's pose is always welcome. Last breath. Take an inhale and look up at your hands. On exhale, a light hopper step forward. Breathe in halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Arms out to the sides. Inhale, reach. Exhale, palms together. Let's switch sides. Anjaliasana, stepping the right leg back long. Stacking the right heel, squaring the hips, and when you're ready, arms alongside the ears. And feel the strength of the right leg. And soften into the left hip. One more breath. Inhale, open your arms wide. Taking the twist on exhale. Right hand inside of the left foot, left arm lifting. Variation. You can bring the back knee to the floor. You can keep the back knee up if you'd like a challenge. Elbows outside of the knee. Two more breaths. At the end of this exhale, release. Lower the back knee if you haven't already. Runner's lunge, shifting the hips back over the right heel. Flex your left foot. Take a breath in. And exhale, fold over the left leg. Several deep breaths here. One more. On inhale, bend into the frontward knee. We'll take the forearm lunge, both arms inside of the left foot. You can keep the back knee lifted or otherwise keep it up. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, make your way down. If you want the intensity, squeeze the knee up or thread your left arm underneath the left leg. And just keep squeezing the left inner thigh towards the left shoulder. Feel your body working towards the midline. Let's make our way back. One hand on either side of the foot. We'll move into downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, we'll bring both knees down to the mat, practicing Ustrasana, camel pose. So if you like a little bit more padding, you can just fold the top edge of your mat over, placing your knees on that. Knees hips distance apart, toes tucked from behind, hands on either side of your tailbone. Take an inhale and lift through the chest. On exhale, gently guide the hips and thighs forward. If it's comfortable, you can relax your head back. If that causes any discomfort, keep your chin tucked towards your chest. Maybe you're a little bit more open and you can reach back for your heels. Two more breaths. Expand across your chest. And on inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big toes together in downward facing dog. Let's inhale the right leg up towards the ceiling. And on exhale, bring your right knee towards your right wrist, the right foot towards the left hand, preparing for pigeon pose. So in front of you, your right heel is towards your left hip. And the closer your heel is towards the hip, the more of a gentle hip opener you have. The more you bring your shin parallel to the top of the mat, the deeper the pose becomes. Guide your guide your left leg behind you. Feel yourself settle into your hips. You just kind of want to come to the edge of resistance. Puff up the chest. You can probably already feel the opening of the pose, so let's take it deeper slowly. We're going to walk the hands forward, handspan by handspan, just until you come to the edge of your stretch. You might not need to go very far until you feel that edge. And wherever that is for you, relax the back of your neck, relax your shoulders. And guide your breath to where you're feeling the sensation of the pose. Stay with the sound of the breath. Last two breaths. Make your way back up slowly. Inhale, walk your hands back. We're going to go back into downward dog. My challenge for you is to make your way back without scraping your right foot on the mat. From downward facing dog, we'll bring the big toes together and then inhale the right leg, the same leg up. This time we'll reverse the stretch, rolling the hip open. Keep pressing into both hands evenly. And we'll release. Let's do the other side. Inhale, left leg lifts. And on exhale, left knee behind the right hand, left foot behind. A little crisscross today. Left knee behind the left hand, left foot behind the right hand. And then slowly guide your right leg behind you. Keep your hips squared forward. Sometimes we roll off to one side here. Makes it a little easier. It's okay if your hips don't touch the floor. Just try to keep them balanced with one another. Puff up your chest, draw the shoulders back. Already guiding the breath to where you feel the sensation. Take your time moving into the fold. There's no hurry. There's no ideal. There's just the sensation and the breath. you've hit that edge, just relax your upper body. And this is really, let yourself drop in. Last breath. On inhale, walk your hands back. Downward facing dog. Let's release the stretch. Big toes together. Inhale, left leg lifts and roll the left hip open. Last breath. We'll release. Downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank pose. Let's exhale the knees down. Keep the tailbone tucked in super, super slowly. Lower your upper body to the ground. Take your time. Squeeze the elbows in at your sides, and then we'll lie flat on the belly. Arms at your sides with the palms facing up. Forehead on the floor. Shalabhasana. On inhale, lift your chest. Lift your legs. We'll keep your hands on the floor. Actively slide your fingertips down towards your toes. Pull your chin back. Breathe across the clavicles. 2 more breaths. Lifting up, squeezing the legs. Full inhale. Exhale, release. Let's rest on a cheek. Forehead to the floor. One more time. This time, hands interlaced behind the back. Shalabhasana C variation. Inhale, lift your chest, your legs, and your arms. Two more breaths. Try to breathe more into the chest than the belly in this pose. Full inhale. And exhale, release. Let's bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees. Take a breath in. Prepare. Exhale, push up to plank. And then back to downward facing dog. Full breath in down dog. And we'll just lower the knees and make our way to a seated position. Extend your left leg straight out in front. Right foot to the floor. There's some space, about hips distance apart between the legs. Take an inhale, reach both arms up. And on exhale, dive inside of the right leg. Take a hold of the left foot where it's comfortable. Take a breath in, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold. Some of you might want to go a little deeper here. If that's the case, you can reach your right arm to the right, tucking the right hand towards the right hip. Maybe left hand meets from behind in a grasp. Continue to relax the head in either variation. 2 more breaths. Inhale, come all the way up. We're going to place the right hand behind the back. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, twist to the right. You can either hook the knee with the left arm or you can bring the left elbow outside the right knee. Continue to flex your left foot straight up towards the ceiling, and let's go deeper now by looking as far to the right of the eye sockets as possible. Last breath. And we'll release. Come back around to splinter. Extend the legs. Left foot to the floor. hips distance apart from the right leg is flexed. Inhale, reach both arms up. And as you exhale, dive down inside the left leg, grab where it's comfortable. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Maybe you want to go a little further, taking the wrap, left arm around the left leg, taking the grasp from behind with the right. If your hands don't touch, you can just grab a hold of your clothing. Continue to relax the back of your neck, just a few more breaths. And on your inhale, come up. Let's come into the twist. Left hand behind the back. Inhale, right arm lifts. And as you exhale, twist to the left. Take appropriate arm variation. Flex the right toes straight up. Going deeper by looking as far to the left of the eye socket as possible. Two more breaths. And on your inhale, come back around to center. Let's make our way onto our backs. Feet on the floor, knees bent, feet are hips distance, arms at your sides, Setu Bandhasana. Tuck your tailbone under, lift the hips and thighs up for bridge pose. Once your hips and thighs are lifted, you can interlace your hands behind your back, rolling the shoulders under, and press the hands towards the floor. Press the feet into the floor. Flatten the arches of the feet down, the ball and the big toe. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Feel a deep tuck of the tailbone, so we're lengthening the lowest, most abdominal muscles. Breathe across your chest. 2 more breaths, lifting, opening. And keep the tailbone tucked as you release your arms. Slowly articulate vertebra by vertebra to the floor. So the thoracic spine lowers before the lumbar, which lowers before the sacrum. And the tailbone is the last to come down. Let's just windshield wiper the knees a little bit. And we'll take an easy spinal twist. Bring your knees up over your chest, scoot the hips a bit to the left, and let the knees come down to the right side. Open your arm chest level and turn to look down the left arm. This pose should be passive, comfortable. Sometimes it's nice to place a blanket or a pillow between the knees here. A few more deep breaths. And we'll switch sides. Straighten up the spine and then scoot the hips a little bit to the right. Knees come up over the chest and then over to the left side. Open your arm shoulders height and turn to look down the right arm. Let your body melt along the floor. Press the breath into the very edges of the shape you've made. Last breath. And bring the knees back up to center. One last time, let's squeeze the knees in. Press the lower back flat. And when you're ready, lie flat on your back. Bring your hands on either side of your belly button, and if you have any sort of discomfort in your back, you can also do this with the knees bent. This is a little easier. So the right hand's on the right side of the belly button, left hand on the left side, and then just a little bit lower. And close your eyes. Let's take several deep breaths here. Try to make the hands lift and spread by the expansion of your breath alone. Close your eyes. Two more breaths. At the end of this exhale, release control of the breath. Relax your arms on the sides of your body with the palms facing up. Let the legs splay apart from one another. Make any adjustments you need to now so that you feel comfortable lying on the floor. We'll be here for several minutes. Our final practice of Shavasana is subtle. You'll feel its benefits more if you can remain still. Now, relax your whole body into the floor. Relax your whole body into the floor. Stay still. Relax. Let yourself go. Om Jum Sahat Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandham Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiya Mamrita. Bring your awareness to your breath. Deepen your inhales. Reawaken your hands and your feet. Stretch your arms overhead. Reawaken your whole body. And when you're ready, draw your knees into your chest. Roll to a side and make your way back to a seated position. Om Shri Gurupyo Namaha Harihi Om Akhanda Mandala Karam Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for the practice this evening. I hope you had a successful first week of the term. I'll see you Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Namaste.